In recent years, loneliness has emerged not just as a personal burden, but as a widespread epidemic affecting millions across age, income, and cultural lines. While often viewed as a social or emotional issue, growing research shows that chronic loneliness is a serious public health concern with far reaching consequences. Mental health implications. Mental health and loneliness are deeply intertwined. Persistent feelings of isolation can fuel depression, anxiety, and low self esteem. Lonely people are more likely to experience negative thought patterns, emotional dysregulation, and even suicidal ideation. For many, loneliness doesn't just accompany mental illness, it contributes to its development and deepens its severity. Substance abuse and coping mechanisms. In the absence of meaningful social connection, some individuals turn to alcohol, drugs, or other addictive behaviors to fill the emotional void. Substance abuse can initially feel like an escape from emotional pain, but it often worsens isolation and creates a destructive cycle that's difficult to break. In many cases, loneliness is both a cause and a consequence of addiction. Physical health consequences. Loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it takes a toll on the body. Studies show that chronic loneliness is as harmful to physical health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's linked to increased inflammation, weakened immune function, higher blood pressure, and a greater risk of heart disease, stroke, and even premature death. Sleep disturbances and cognitive decline are also more common among those who feel socially disconnected. A call for connection. What makes loneliness especially insidious is its invisibility. Someone can appear socially active yet still feel profoundly alone. In a world that's increasingly digital, people are more connected than ever, and yet more people report feeling unseen, unheard, and unsupported. Addressing the loneliness epidemic requires more than self-help tips. It demands a cultural shift that values authentic relationships, community support, and emotional vulnerability. Whether through local outreach, mental health services, or simply making time for one another, healing loneliness begins with intentional human connection.
Loneliness isn't just being alone, it's feeling unseen, forgotten, or like no one would even notice if you disappeared. Maybe you're surrounded by people, but still feel deeply alone. I've felt that too. But today I want to remind you of something unshakable. You are not alone, not for a moment. Loneliness whispers lies. You're not worth staying for. No one understands you. God must have forgotten you too. Those lies get louder in the quiet. But here's the truth. God never withdraws from you, even when people do. One of the deepest wounds we experience in life is the pain of rejection. Friends drift away, relationships fall apart, loved ones disappoint us, and sometimes we're left standing in the silence, wondering what went wrong. Loneliness can sneak in like a fog, clouding our sense of worth and whispering that we are unwanted or unlovable. But here's a powerful truth to anchor your heart. God never walks away, even when people do. Even when they stop calling, stop caring, or stop showing up, God doesn't flinch. He doesn't change his mind about you. Scripture says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Hebrews 13:5. That's not just poetic comfort, it's a divine promise. God's presence isn't conditional. It doesn't waver based on your performance or popularity. He doesn't pull back when you're struggling or when others step out. Those very moments when you feel abandoned are often when God draws the closest. When people leave, God leans in. Maybe someone you trusted turned their back on you. Perhaps you've been left out, ghosted, or betrayed. You might even feel like you're the only one fighting to hold your life together. But you are not alone, not for a single moment. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. Psalm 27:10. God's love is not transactional. It's not based on how much you can give, impress, or fix. It's steady, relentless, unshakable. When the world turns cold, he is your warmth. When others walk away, he stays. When you're crying in the dark, he's there holding your heart with more compassion than any human ever could.
What to remember when you feel abandoned. God sees you, even when others overlook or misunderstand you. God hears you. Every prayer, every sigh, every unspoken ache. God stays, not because he has to, but because he wants to. You may not always feel his presence, but faith's foundation isn't feelings. Its foundation is truth, and the truth is that you are never forsaken. So even when people leave, you don't have to fall apart. God's arms are still around you. His heart is still for you, and He's not going anywhere. He's not scared off by your sadness, your silence, or your struggles. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." That promise wasn't just for Moses, it's for you too. When you feel abandoned, He's closer than your next breath. When the silence feels heavy, He hears even your unspoken cries. I remember a time when I felt utterly alone. I had people around me, but no one knew the storm going on inside. I cried out to God, not even in fancy words, just, "God, are you there?" And somehow, through a song, a verse, or a simple moment of peace, I knew He was. Not every problem disappeared, but my heart had this quiet reassurance: I'm not walking this road alone, and you aren't either. Maybe today you just need to hear, God sees you, God hears you, God is with you. In the chaos of life, it's easy to feel overlooked. You might wonder if your prayers are reaching anyone, if your tears matter, if anyone is noticing you struggling. In moments of silence or suffering, doubt can creep in and whisper, "You're invisible, you're alone." But the truth of God's heart says otherwise. God sees you. Long before anyone else notices your weariness, God does. He sees the battles you fight behind closed doors, the kindness you show when no one thanks you, and the effort it takes to get through the day. Nothing about your life escapes the notice of God. Not your pain, your past, your potential, or your purpose. In Genesis 16, Hagar, abused, rejected, and alone in the wilderness, called God El Roi, the God who sees me. That same God sees you today, not just the version of you that others see, but the real you in all your complexity and struggle. God hears you. Every whispered prayer, every sigh of exhaustion, every cry for help, God hears them all. Psalm 34:17 promises, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." Even when it feels like heaven is silent, God is listening with compassion. Your words don't have to be polished or perfect. Heaven hears your groaning. When others tune you out, God leans in. God is with you. Even when it seems loneliness is telling you it's forgotten you, God hasn't. Hard times may convince you you're on your own, but Scripture tells a different story. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go, Joshua 1:9. Feeling abandoned? You're not, even for a moment. Whether you're in a hospital room, a quiet kitchen, a crowded street, or the stillness of night, God is right there. You don't have to earn His presence. He's not waiting for you to get it all together. His love shows up in the mess. You're not invisible. Don't feel completely abandoned. Even if no one else reaches out, God has already done so. I want you to do something simple today. Take a deep breath and whisper this: God, thank you for being with me. Help me feel your nearness. Let that be your prayer.
If today's message met you where you are, let me know in the comments. You're not the only one who feels this way, and you're certainly not alone in this community. Tell me, what truth about God's presence encourages you the most? Be sure to subscribe for more in this Faith Over Feelings series. Next time, we'll be talking about guilt and why God isn't holding your past against you. You're loved, you're seen, and yes, you're never alone. Keep blooming, family.